as well as Alicia Pilani in the number 3 jersey in for Sarasei. 3 debutants waiting on the bench for Italy as well. Will all these changes disrupt their flow? Can the home team get their first win? It's up and away from Beatrice Rigoni. Underneath the ball, uncontested to start the match. Locatelli.
Shorter kickoff for Italy as well. They are kicking against the wind, as we mentioned. So the South Africans had set really close. They thought it wasn't going to travel as far as it did, so over the top. But this is where they want to play from. The South Africans scrumming for penalties. We saw that against Scotland last week. Italy does not want to stay there.
Crash! Bind! Set!
Penalty South Africa, the scrum shifting sideways. Our French referee Aurélie Roselot penalizing number 1 for Italy, Silvia Turani of the Harlequins.
This is about going through the processes as well. Kinsey with the feed, scrumming in immediately on that loose head side. So just pinning the South Africans, and you can see it's just going sideways. That's why they were penalized. So this is the kind of areas that South Africa is want to play from.
Major contest at the front of the line out somehow, some way. It appears to be coming back on the side of green and gold. Kinsey. Quite often a number 10 Kinsey, proficient kicker. For post as well. The crash ball is from Nyanda. Ferociously met in defense by the Italians. Had to just stop before she collected that. Kathy Jacobs. South Africa retain again. They set the ruck. Kinsey is getting ready for a contestable kick on the left wing here to chase is Shawnee Kess. It's gone a bit long for her. And Nyanda's chasing down the center. Dangerous situation for Italy, allowing that ball to bounce. They get away with it. The wingers for this Italian side, absolutely dangerous. Dinka and Muzzo. Well, great pressure there from Mika Gunther, charging through to put pressure on the kick.
And that is what the South Africans want. They want to use their, you know, set plays as there she is, Nolisindiso Boy.
Oh, what an occasion. Extending that record, Cindy Boy, of the most caps ever in the green and gold, Leila.
Yeah, and she's such a pivot of the game, a captain. She's led this side many times. She knows what it takes to win games and get her side over the line.
Gunther feed stolen away from South Africa. The line-out woes continue, but look where Italy are starting right now on their own try line. Francesca Granzotto, the 21-year-old, scrambling for the Europeans. Granzotto back to Beatrice Rigoni. Clearing kick only goes as far as Libby Janssen van Rensburg. Libby takes it to the line and now almost finds a half gap. It's gone backwards, collected by Sanelisiwe Charlie. It's been stolen away. Absolutely tremendous play. Looked like Sarah Tunesi, the Sale Shark, getting hands on the ball, and the Springbok women have copped up possession in a crucial area of the field. Rigoni gets it away, and they're happy to run from deep. Spread wide there by Madia. And on the outside, isolated and on her own, it is the dangerous fullback Minuzzi. Minuzzi beats the first. There's nobody home. It's only Libby Janssen van Rensburg, and she's been burned by Minuzzi. A spectacular try to set things off.
Minuzzi with the pace. 100-meter sprint almost. South Africans just weren't aware on that outside. They just weren't aware of the fact that the Italians are going to contest that breakdown time, and stealing it was Tonesi. And then through the hands, had to make that last tackle. Unfortunately sticking her hands out, not getting body to ball as you should in those areas, and burning on the outside Minuzzi. And let me tell you, Libby Janssen van Rensburg isn't slow, and she knows how to put pace on. So Minuzzi burning her, I can tell you, it's going to haunt Libby for a while.
What a start to this match. Goal kicker for Italy, not in the squad today. Number 13, Michaela Silari, with her 80 caps. And so it is Veronica Madia in her 45th cap, kicking for posts. Quite a technique. Over it goes from Madia. 7 points to 0.
We spoke about converting when they're in the right areas of the field. South Africa was, and then just those defensive slips, letting them down. But that's the pace of Manutsi. She knows how to get into the areas of the field, and she said it's hammer time. No one's going to stop her.
Be careful.
Well, Manutsi did not feature in the first round's play, but Mutso and Dinka on the wing are dangerous and quick ball runners, so the number 15 proving that she's a part of a deadly trio. Libby Janssen van Rensburg with the Springbok women trailing by 7 points to 0. Launches an uncontestable one as far as Beatrice Rigoni, who finds touch this time safely.
And it's interesting to see how the Italians have kind of read the South African play. They didn't contest in the previous game last weekend. They've decided to put someone up every single time in the lineup. The last lineup was a 3 ball, so it was right at the back. In weather conditions like this, I'd say keep it tight. You want to throw in front maybe the second ball at most. 3 ball, 4 ball, not on. So Gunther's got to read her conditions well.
Fired to the front this time by Mika Gunther, and look at that construction of the rolling maul. The Springbok women clearly want to make it work. Hale's coming from outside in the back line to get involved here. No advantage on the back of that collapse as the Springbok women try to move it forward still. An advantage now. Kinsey, what's her choice now? Strong run there from Danelle Lochner, just what the Springbok women need. They need some go-forward ball from the strike runners, and that's a bit long from Libby Janssen van Rensburg.
No advantage.
Janssen van Rensburg just thought she had a little bit more power on that ball. I can see what she's trying to do.
Collapsing.
She had free ball to play with, collapsing from that maul. Maybe just try to pin it a little further. But she also had the overlap on the outside. Use Nyanda to hit up the inside pockets and then use the numbers on the outside. Behandre Dolf has pace. But this is a set-pace team, the South Africans. So they don't mind going to maul, going to the lineouts, going to scrums. Maybe we even see a mark in the scrum of this game, who knows?
Well, there is the construction of that rolling maul, illegally collapsed by Italy.
Here.
Now the contested line-out time may prove crucial here. Mika Gunther fires in again. Great ball at 2 by the Springbok woman. Not the best place to start a rolling maul from. It gives the Italians the chance to drive the Springbok woman towards the touchline, which they're attempting right now. It's about resisting that and getting around the corner for the rolling maul. But now they're starting to make some progress just about. Gunther trying to stay in the pocket. But Kinsey must set it free. Crash ball option on the back of that rolling maul is Nyanda. Piwa Kutle Nyanda brought down eventually. Here comes Babalwa Lacha, star of the Springbok woman. Leg drive through the tackle, moving them forward. Kinsey gets it free. Chopped down. Lochner, what a tackle. Once again, it was Sarah Tunesi making the big impact play. Made that turnover. Last time South Africa were in the red zone. Jacobs. Here's Kinsey. Hele on the charge. Takes a big hit in the end. Kinsey to Lacha!
Captain fantastic. She's not going to let her team down that close to the line. It's the exact type of rugby the South Africans want to play. They know that they can take it to the dark place and keeping it really tight, just using the players to swim around, setting up the next pod, It was a huge hit that came on Hele. Hele is very dangerous in those areas. Italy did well to keep her off, but Babalwa Lacha made 5 meters earlier before, and 2 meters before the line, you're not going to stop her there.
Lacha, who started playing for rugby away from South Africa a few years back in Spain, who's now moved to the Harlequins. And for the first time this season, she'll have a South African teammate in the form of Asse Zaheda. Libby Jansen from Rensburg. Strikes it clean, raises the flag, 7 points apiece.
South Africa just setting up those phases really, really well. You can see the support coming in from Lochner on Babalo Alacha there. Incredibly strong players. And they know how to drive. But the South Africans have to look to keep pinning Italy back. You can see Italy's contesting at line-out time as well, so they have to be aware of that.
Rigoni,
Backward.
in her first time captaining Le Azzurre. The kick goes as far as Dumke. Scandalously underused in the first match for the Springbok women. Dumke just about as effective as Hele on the run, in her own style, of course, with that shorter stature, but just as much leg drive through the tackle. And a penalty goes to Italy, holding on the ground. The clear from Sanelisiwe Charlie, not good enough.
Ranuccini got over that ball really, really well. Good body position, low body position. Gotha Jacobs, unfortunately, just getting caught there, ball and all. Sanelisiwe Charlie late to defense. Jacobs is trying to still place, and Ranuccini just got over, stayed on her feet.
Substitution, 5.
Well, the substitution is Sero Tunesi,
5.
the player that made the big turnover and a big tackle in the red zone for Italy already, coming onto the field. Frangipani, the 21-year-old.
Okay.
Well, she would like to, of course. And we'll wait for the next stoppage in play. Feed to the line out from Vecchini, another one of the youngsters in the Italian squad at 21 years of age. A great mix of youth and experience as the Italian side looks to refresh here. A great offload from Tunesi. Powering forward was Vecchini. Quick ball, and the Italians are on the charge now. Turani, look how much space there is. Scramble needed from the Springbok women, and now they're spreading it wide, slinging it across the field. It's a ripper of a pass to our Ramuzzo. Third try in 2 weeks.
Aramuzzo doing what she needs for her side. The South Africans not bouncing quick enough. Look how tight they are around at ruck time. Not getting out wide, not identifying the space on the outside. Behandre Dorf had to call her players over. Just not enough players folding, but great pass coming in from Rigoni. She noticed, she saw the space, saw the overlap that they had on the outside. That's the experience showing from Rigoni.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat.
Oh, it's an absolute banger once again by Kapomaji. By Maria, rather, in the number 10. Another conversion for Italy, 14 points to 7.
And the skip pass on the outside, the ball's always going to meet the man in this game of rugby.
No.
So if the ball beats the man, you have to get the players in place. South Africans just not folding quick enough.
Jansen van Rensburg launches it high. That substitution executes it now for Italy, and that's a big loss for them. The number 5, Tunesi, perhaps the most impactful player on the field up until the point of a substitution is off. Penalty, South Africa.
Lusanda Dumke always getting her head in, always getting her hands in. They say coaches allow a couple of players to give penalties away, and that's one player that's allowed to do that. She's so good at breakdown time. Knows how to keep her body over the ball, knows how to stay strong, low body position, and this is where the South Africans have to execute from. Just see Lusanda Dumke noticing the ball was all alone and no one was going to get her off that ball.
Okay.
Pressure on Gunter at this line out. So just slipping through the fingers of Katha Jacobs. And now Italy looks, launch the counter-attack. If that had not been knocked on, Leila, we could have seen this 15 Minuzzi running free again.
Would have seen an exact copy-paste try from the earlier one.
Second is white.
Double knock on. South Africa can kind of breathe a sigh of relief here.
Scrum white.
That is how good Italy is against the run of play. Not happy for that sub to Messi. She's had such a good game. She said, I don't even need ice. But that's how much it means to play for their country.
For the love of the game.
A play like that doesn't want to come off, especially if she's had a couple of good hits early on in the game.
She'll have another chance against the USA next weekend, Saturday the 28th of October, 5 p.m. South African time.
Bind! Set!
And if Italy managed to win here, that match against USA could be the one that could put them in #1 spot, depending on the result of Scotland's match as well. Next weekend's games are going to be fascinating. Charging forward Italy here, Valeria Federici.
It's your tackler first. Tackler first, you are good. So #2, tackler not running. #2.
You can see Lusanda Dunke just telling her teammates, make a tackle and get out of my way. Getting me penalized. Good tackle was made. There's so many bodies. You can see Mika Gunter trying to get out there. Some Italian bodies already keeping her inside. So Dura had rights to the ball.
Vecchini feeds the Italian line out. Very well executed. The receiver, Federici, and now they're running it back. Oh! An upright tackle, a big hit from Nyanda. And now there's still some space on the blind. Oh, looking for support was Minuzzi.
Backward.
Still trying to work the blind. They are absolutely electrifying Italy, looking for any of those half chances, knowing they have the talented players in the outside backs to really challenge one-on-one. Rigoni goes over the top, but Umakawa is there to monitor.
Stop, I stop.
Straight into her opposite number, Minuzzi.
Stop.
There might be trouble here.
We have a check. Okay, Leo. What do you
Early,
check?
I'm going to show you indirect head contact by green.
Looks like it could be
Okay,
the tackle
so
from
you
Barushka Gray.
check indirect eye contact.
Stand by. Here we go.
I'm going to say it's on the chest.
Well, the player in question, the number 12 for the Springbok woman. Wow, Pico Nyanda. It looks like some decent technique. Or is that Varushka
Okay,
Grain in
only
the
there,
13
all the
jersey?
angles.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So
Only
for me, it's
mitigating factor, I
indirect
think, is
contact
that-
with the neck. First contact is on the chest. So it's high degree of danger. But for me, it's yellow card.
Agree.
Yeah. The number? 12?
Number 13, green.
13. Thank you.
Yeah,
Après?
looks like it's going to be a yellow card for Varushka Gray.
Okay, it's no, it's indirect contact with the neck, so it's a yellow card.
Yellow card?
Yeah.
Why me? What
No,
did
it's
you do?
indirect. First is the chest, and second time in the neck.
She did different.
13. 13 yellow, please.
Only yellow.
It's always great when the captains try and have a chat with the referee. She knew that she was wrong, but that's the kind of defense
It's outside on the
that the South
22.
Africans are trying to put on, the kind of pressure they're trying to put on Italy because they know
No,
how quick
first is
Italy
clear,
gets the ball
okay,
out
and
wide. So
second time-
And then
good idea, just bad execution from Gray. It was almost a tackle for the highlight reel.
So 14 women on the field for the ladies in green and gold. This will be a challenging touch finder for Rigoni. Gets a very good strike on it.
And this is not how South Africa wants to play, because they've found themselves almost every single game having to play with 14 players. So that puts so much pressure on all the defenders. And this is where they start leaking tries, potentially start leaking points. So everyone's got to step up now.
Knock on. Yeah, advantage green.
The knock-on advantage.
No advantage. Is knock on in the lineup. Scrum on the 15.
Have no doubt the Springbok women will be targeting the scrum set piece, perhaps to win a penalty offer, keep the ball in at the back. They back their power that much at scrum time. Might knock some minutes off that sin bin as well. Kinsey. Heller, not quite bound there, needs to keep her head. Oh, locked to the scrum, it's popped out the back unexpectedly, and great run that is, stepping up the right. Dolph still on the run. What a run by the 14. Heller's got to hold on. Heller in a big fight here. 8 on 8. Kabina unable to secure, and Heller's done well in the end. Kinsey away to Lochner. In the opposition 22 now. The Springbok women with 14 women on the field. Boy. All-time record cap holder for the Springbok women. Sets her up center field, about 10 meters out from the line. Here's Latcher. Still looking to go to the left. Kinsey sends it to Charlie. Sanele Siwa Charlie. Charlie gets the ground somehow. Tremendous power from the loose head prop. Kinsey disrupted at the base.
Yeah. Knock on green.
Oh, she's not agreeing with that one. I don't think nines are ever going to be happy. But look at this. Behandra Dolph. Pace and gas. Using her feet, stepping on the inside. But the pressure at breakdown time. Shanique Hess just looked away. Then you've got to brace your shoulders so you can't look away immediately. And in that look away, got knocked in contact. Have to just scrum defend now.
The lights come on at Athlone Sports Stadium as the overcast day turns to night. Rigoni on the charge, and Kinsey's down. Hele. It's a physical battle out here at Athlone Sports Stadium. Kinsey getting some treatment now. Played away by Italy. Granzotto has been filling in so effectively at number 9 in the absence of the 81 cap Sofia Stefan, and the 21-year-old showing that the future of Italian rugby is bright. Rigoni with a wobbly kick. Oh! Well, that's not what the doctor ordered from Kawe. No support to keep that. It's crossed the plane of touch already.
Just see both sides under pressure. Kinsey getting the bad end of that knock. Also high, so even though she walked off the park, might be able to check.
If it is an error,
the
see
tackle
more correctly. So no, it's not clear. It's a goal green. Let's go.
Arguing there for the line out. Do believe it was an Italian line out. Nothing going to plan here for the South Africans.
In over the ball. Unable to secure there, Mika Gunter. High energy player, the number 2 for South Africa. Fills it loose forward as well for the green and gold. And offside this time from Gunter.
Offside.
South Africans just have to settle. You can see they are so rattled. So someone's just kind of got to be the calming voice. Tell everyone to take a breath. It looks very frantic. The defense looks very frantic. If you just stick to your structures, even though you are a player down, you can still use that touchline as an extra defender as well. Lots of pressure. Gunther thought that ball was out at ruck time. She was always going to try and put pressure on the 9. They saw that the target has to be the 9 and the 12. Just doing so illegally.
Trick play to the front from Italy, well fed in by Bikini. And they'll start from here. The pass away from Locatelli, a bit of miscommunication between the Italians, but Beatrice Rigoni always there with a cool head on her shoulders to do the right thing for those in white and blue. Good feet from Turani. And the Italians on the front foot now, spread by Maria. And Minuzzi caught flat-footed by Piwo Nyanda. A short ball there, Italy creating a half gap here, quite close to the ruck, running up those tough channels. It's all gone backwards, and Italy still with ball in hand. Rigoni, she's got 2 to her outside here. It might be honest. Locatelli could get it away to the outside. Rigoni's on the inside again. Waiting for it was Dinka. Surely would have been in. But here come again. There's numbers galore. Lea Ture, the try awarded to Ranuccini. Springbok woman scrambling, not enough.
Ranuccini might have looked like she wobbled it just before the line, but awarded nonetheless. Under pressure, but the South Africans can't scramble enough. They're not targeting player with ball in hand. They're targeting the player that they think is going to get the ball. Not enough scramble, not enough numbers on feet. You can see Danal Lochner calling her players in. Too wide around, but good offloading in the contact. We said Italy wants to play a high-paced game. They know how to offload in contact. They know how to find the players on their outside shoulders. And the 1-2 and over the line for Ranuccini.
This time swinging away from the posts for Beatrice Capomaggi.
This is what we said, someone's got to be a calm head, but leading from the front, no one there to stop that pass. Have to try and get a player in line of a pass. And the South Africans in their scramble D, just letting that one slip, but Ranuccini getting over for the try, and there, Mariska Grain starting her warm-up. Almost going to make her way back into the park, and I think the South Africans will breathe a sigh of relief.
Libianza van Rensburg with a rather flat kick towards the touchline. What a big tackle that is from Shonique Hess on replacement block. Frangipani, the 20-year-old. Aggression on defense from the Springbok woman, clearly in evidence. But the Italians not worried by that. They keep spreading it wide, and they're finding a 2-woman overlap time after time. This time not quite going to hand, but watch out for this woman. She is a one-man army, Aura Muzzo. Now there's numbers to the left again for Italy. There's an overlap if they can work it. Umakawa getting across crucially. But living on the edge at all times, the Springbok women still down to the 14 women. Now making meters right up the guts. That was a strong run originally by Pilani. Another change to the starting lineup from the first weekend, and the offload in contact. Ranuccini this time goes as far as Libby Janse van Rensburg. Janse van Rensburg. Toss into the field. I believe that's for an HIA check. Once again, it's Dolph with ball in hand. The local fans really getting behind the green and gold today. They want to see these Springbok women get up and make a contest. Down getting treatment is one of the Springbok women, so for the moment they're down to 13 players. Torse plays it blind. Katha Jacobs hits the deck. Torse. Out the back from Lochner, and here's Janse van Rensburg. The Springbok women really struggle to unleash their backline in their opening match, using the power of their forwards most frequently. This time it's Lochner again. Penalty to the home team.
I think the calls has got to be to slow this down now. They've got the penalty. It's been breathless stuff, and this is where the South Africans are just perhaps getting it a little wrong. They're trying to play at the pace of the Italians. The thing is, when you play against a team that plays such quick rugby, you have to play opposing, you have to frustrate them, slow the ball down, make them have to work a little harder. The South Africans are looking for offloads, looking to try and play it. Libby Janssen van Rensburg saying, we want to take the points, trying to play this like a proper test match. And Mika Gunther also making her way off the park. Michelle Hanekom probably didn't think that she was going to come on at the 27th minute. And Varishka Grain as well, back onto the park. But the South Africans just being caught behind their gain line every single time. And they know how crucial it is to convert in the right areas of the field. The Italians have shown how dangerous they are. They can run. We saw 98 meters earlier.
Time is on.
This is Libby Janssen from Rensburg. In round one, she kicked the only penalty in all 3 matches. Now she lines up only the second penalty at WXV2. Flags are raised. South Africa on the board again. It's a 9-point game. Italy lead 19 points to 10.
See the South Africans trying to make meters. They're trying to get up physically. Italy competing at breakdown time, not what they did against the Japanese. So South Africa having to adapt as well, but not doing so legally.
Beatrice Rigoni, miscommunication between Libby Janssen van Rensburg and Doemke. The ball goes down. Italy capitalized. Just look how frantic they are once they get the ball in hand, breaking 2 tackles and looking for gaps. Ranzotto, numbers to the outside again if they can move it. Italy and South Africa on the scramble. Delicate skills from Veronica Madia. She is looking deadly in the number 10 jersey, and Italy ferocious on the attack every time they touch the ball. Turani.
For the action on number 9. She's injured.
Replacement, Locke Frangipani, the latest carrier for Italy, and the defense of the Springbok women holding up now, really struggling to keep up on the scramble when Italy make those quick plays. Rigoni tries to grab it through, the bounce is quality. Klawe gets involved. Dolph securing ball for the Springbok women. It's desperate, this situation for the green and gold. Tosse. Well, this is tough. Lacha makes it look easy. What a run when called upon by the captain of South Africa. Grain back from the sin bin. Tosse. There's a breeze behind their back in this first half. The Springbok woman, not significant as it sometimes is here at the Athlone Sports Stadium. The knock on there and the attempted turnover. She kept her hands on that. She was good for it.
Yeah. Oh, please. If you speak with me, you are calm. Okay?
You see the confusion
just
on her face.
Anything,
desperate times. It was on the outside. The grubber through was a good one. Tomakawe coming with the cross cover D.
We wait, okay?
Either just slipped on her wrist or got a knee to
so it is a knock on in the
her ribs there.
So just
initially had hands on the ball and then lost it and went for the second go. And that's what she was penalized against. You can see how physical this game is, and we knew that it was going to be a physical game as well. Subs coming on in the first half already.
Mastrangelo in the 21 is potential debutante should she come onto the field right now. One of 3 debutantes on the bench for Italy today, but the local fans, that's what it's all about. We want to see people coming out to support women's rugby here in the WXV2.
Libby Janssen van Rensburg's aunt also getting involved in the celebrations there, trying to egg everyone on. And that is Asipe Mayaba. She's an injured winger for the Springbok women, so she's also still trying to get back onto the pitch as well. She made her debut, scored a hat-trick on debut in Madagascar.
A couple of injuries for the Springbok women.
Yeah, they're sitting on 19 injuries out of their first, the starting lineup. They lost Yakusalia in a warm-up match with Japan or warm-up training. So everyone is getting a go here, and that's what we want to see, the depth created.
Torsen waits for the go forward from the Springbok women's scrum. They don't get the penalty which they are seeking, and Libianza van Rensburg affects the clearance. As far as Minuzzi, who's done very well to field that ball right on the touchline. Oh, she's impressive, Minuzzi. Not included in the round 1 squad, Minuzzi. In at number 15 to replace Granzotto, moved to number 9. Great versatility in the Italian squad on display. Big hits from Kabina. She gets the ball away. Dumke looking for the turnover. Couldn't keep her feet. Hard angle. As Granzotto clears from the base for Italy yet again. She's absolutely whipping the ball around. Veronica Madia for Italy in the number 10 jersey. Dictating this pace that the backline is able to maintain. The Rigoni can't hold on. Nyanda placing Italy now, dropping players back into position to cover the kick. As we're in the final 9 minutes of the first half, and Italy have secured this 9-point lead, but the Springbok women will, of course, be hoping not to add any more points to that before the half-time break. A really manageable difference between the two sides right now. They're struggling to make ground and clear their own 22. The home team, however, Hele off the Dumke. Knees on the ground. Ruck form, Dumke goes to ground. Torse gets it away. Almost hunting the ball on the ground there was Rigoni as Jacobs carried it in. Here's Hele. It's Kawe on the run.
Holding.
South Africa trying to be brave, playing out of their own half.
Yeah.
Usually they would boot it downfield, and I think this was the time to do it. You had the wind behind your back.
Okay.
Make it contestable. Try and get your wingers in play. Try and let Kumakawe in play. But that's some solid defense coming in from the Italians. Getting bodies over the ball. Not missing tackles. This is Rigoni. She's very dangerous if she's got ball in hand. Such a good decision maker. And then trying to play from that turnover. Kumakawe isolated. And then stolen immediately there by the Italians. Strong over. Fortunately, you sometimes have players just ball watching, ruck watching.
The feed from Vecchini. Available for Italy, cleared by Mastrangelo, the debutant, onto the field. Mastrangelo gets it away to Turani. And it looks like Mastrangelo will be staying on the remainder of the match as Granzotto, I believe, has gone from the field for Italy. The short ball was an option for Cavina. Couldn't get it away. And it is Mastrangelo who clears from the base. Rigoni looking for the dream ball around the corner. In over the ball, Nyanda.
Turnover is good.
Yeah, she had to fight for that one, Nyanda. And she's got it done in the end. Now trying to play it blind. Jacobs can't get past the first tackle of her opposite number, Ranicini. Torse waits, secures. And Dolph gets it away. Dedicated to playing with ball in hand here in the first half for South Africa. In spite of that breeze behind their back, looking to create the gap. Dumke trying to run over the tackle of Rigoni, but they're only as far as the 22-meter line right now. The number of phases they've created, the amount of energy that they've spent, they've got to find a way to move upfield. Boy. Tremendous stuff from Italy. The defense stalwart and making that turnover, which they've been threatening to for some time. Stepping up this time, Alicia Pilani.
Pilani, so strong over the ball. And you mentioned it, Paulie. Should have kicked downfield. We spoke about making it contestable, and this is just going to give everyone a moment to breathe. It's been such a strong game. Rigoni always looking for an offload. Nyanda doing really well, fighting. I love how she asked the ref, is it mine, can I play it? And then the South Africans perhaps should have, it's boring rugby, but stuck to their processes, kick it down park. You've got Janssen van Rensburg who strikes it well. Now you've just granted Italy another opportunity to extend that scoreline, and that's going to become frustrating.
The first team besides South Africa to attempt a penalty in WXV2. With her idiosyncratic style, Beatrice Capomaggi hits another one flat and through. 3 points on the board for Italy. Big 3 points as well. It makes it a 12-point game. And the flags fly. Less than 4 to play in the first half. Janssen van Rensburg goes long. Fielded easily by Kavina, and she chooses to run it into contact this time. The dedication and technique from Shonique Hess. Quality. Not the two biggest wingers in the world for South Africa, but the tenacity. No question of breaking away dynamically as well. Italy through Bikini, and straight up the guts of the South African defense they come. The pass away to Tunesi, and the continuity and evidence again slung wide once more by Maria. And on the outside it's Muzzo. Muzzo beats a couple, but not Lacha. Oh, this is brilliant pace of play from Italy, hunting down that 10 now. Maria, or the Springbok woman, they're recognizing that she is the linchpin of the pace of the attack of these Italians. Rigoni spots some space in behind. The Italians are chasing, but Kau is there. Oh, Kau, she's got to control it. She's got to hold on now. Kuma Kau, no problem, holding on. Possible cynical call against her, but no matter what, she had to do what she did just there. There was literally nobody else.
Unfortunately giving away that penalty, but as you said, nobody else. Have to release and pick up and go again. You see it in the sevens game so often, but brilliant spot of space there by Rigoni.
Time off.
Kawe had to overtrack, just losing her footing. So you've got to let go and pick up, and then you can go again. Try and stay on your feet, wait for support to come in. Unfortunately giving and granting Italy another opportunity to attack from. This is not how they want to end the first half.
Kumakawa, I believe she's been called for an HIA. Indeed she has.
15.
One of the two peroxided players on the field. You may have noticed if you watched last week,
Just wait.
Cesar Hele.
Precious.
Got a bit of a haircut.
I think she said the hair was weighing her down. This is what was happening. Nati Mali making her way onto the park. She'll move to the wing. And behind Redov.
Not straight.
And that's not straight. Get out of jail free card for the South Africans.
Captain, come on, line out.
Looking to go for that 2-ball. But just the wind beating Vikini there. Now South Africa have to exit. We saw earlier they want to run from this, but unfortunately, you don't stick to your processes. You find yourself locked in your own 22 in your own half, and that's what the South Africans are experiencing.
Bind! Set!
Torso feeds. 12-point game. South Africa trail. They're looking to win that scrum penalty again, keeping it in, and referee Grotzaleo from France awards the penalty.
Number 1.
And that's what they want. That's what they're always going to scrum for every single time, the South Africans. Babalo Alacha getting the praise there, obviously getting her shoulder in. So this might be the last opportunity for the South Africans. Not enough distance. But the first shove came in. First shove was strong, but the drive, the work with the second shove, even stronger. And that was the penalty they wanted. You can see how much it means to the South African team when they win those physical battles.
contest at the front of the line out from Italy, successful and crucially so, offering them the final opportunity for points in the first half. And they have numbers lined up to the left, and we know just how dangerous they can be on attack. Clearing from the base, debutant Mastrangelo over the top from Rigoni. What is that, a cold shoulder from Nyanda? Fielding at the back very well, Dolph. She is fearless, the number 14. The turnover ball from Italy. They got in there and made it happen. Kapamagi keeps it moving. Mali looks to make a hit. Grain makes another hit on the outside. Oh, boy! What a ball to Maria. It's all happening in the final few seconds of the first half. The hooter sounds in the background. The Springbok women defending for their life with a 12-point deficit already against them. Pilani. Mastrangelo plays it to the left, almost a half gap for Turani. Power outstanding from the Springbok women. Eventually they must release. Wow.
Okay. Half time.
Exhilaration from the first whistle to the last. What a first half we have had, Leila.
Paul, it's been breathless. I just took a breath, a sigh of relief almost that first half was over. But Italy's come out all guns blazing. They've been playing rugby at an intense pace, and they know how to execute. The South Africans not scrambling enough, being put under so much pressure initially, especially with that yellow card. But now they have to come out in the second half and rethink, reprocess and restart.
So plenty for both sides to think about at halftime. Italy will be satisfied with their effort in the first half. They lead by that 12-point margin. It is Italy who have 22 points at halftime to the 10 points of the Springbok women. Libby Janssen van Rensburg gets us underway for the second 40 and the final 40 from Adlon Sports Stadium today, taken in appropriately so by the captain of Italy, Beatrice Rigoni, who has been absolutely everywhere for the Italians thus far.
And the South Africans are celebrating. They love a lineup, but unfortunately they've lost 4 of them already. So you don't want any more lost lineouts. You have to use your set plays to strike from. It's key to strike from these set plays. Michelle Hanekom under a lot of pressure to make sure she finds her jumpers.
Delayed jump by Boy, the most experienced player in the history of Springbok women's rugby. Very unfortunate there, breaking away. Lucelle Hanekom then becoming the obstructive player.
Obstruction 16 green.
Looks like Vino BC is onto the field for the Springbok women in the 19 jersey as well. As Rigoni on that penalty will kick to touch.
Got to make sure that you stay in the right areas. Michelle Hanekom trying to stay behind Babalo Alacha and just finding herself obstructing. So early opportunity for the Italians again in the second half. They got one early in the first half, but that's not how they're going to concede.
Hele in at first, receiver doing the right thing. She tucks the ball under the arm, drives forward for the Springbok woman. Katha Jacobs can't hold on. It's gone backwards. Grain with great hands to the outside, finds Dolph. Dolph's all on her own, taken down by the captain. Rigoni does her duty, and the Springbok women retain with desperation right on the touchline. Lacha with the leg drive, Babalwa Lacha. Superstar of the Springbok women rugby, toss it to Janssen van Rensburg. Gaps on the outside, hands were needed. Hands were needed. Dinka fields the kick easily, takes a couple on and keeps it moving. They are full of endeavor, these Italians, and now they have an overlap on the outside. Spectacular play. Rigoni cuts back in. Lacha makes her tackle. Hanekom trying for the turnover. Got hands on. Couldn't complete. Locatelli. Catalani, another debutant on for Italy. 2 of the 3 waiting on the bench onto the field now for the side in white and blue. Great hands, but they got caught behind the gain line. Dinka brought down. Nyanda can't get her hands on the ball. Now turning to the boot. Madia, it's a bit scrappy from Italy now. Dolph gets up and claims possession over Rigoni. Space over the top for South Africa if they can get someone on the ball and spot the gap now. Lacha gets there. Hanekom can't handle. It's disjointed. There's no real plan there. They need to hit it up or send it over the top to the Springbok women. And they consolidate themselves after that broken play. Now the captain finds Howard. Consistent possession for the Springbok women early on in the second half. Ubisi, such a good line-out option for the Springbok women. Upright in the tackle. Now a maul will be called, and Italy should have the put into the scrum. Not the most effective use of possession for the green and gold.
Be so disappointed with that. They're finally starting to get some ball in hand.
So you'll see the number 26 on the back of Sylvia Turani, the Harlequins player. She is the former number 1. She got some blood on her jersey to make a change.
That just shows how physical this game is. South Africans have to defend the scrum. There's a lot of space between Libby Janssen van Rensburg and the scrum as well, so you can already see Rigoni's eyeing that spot. But this is what we want.
Forget about eyeing anything else, Leather. You got to handle first things first. And the scrum battle is where it's at for the Springbok women. Of all the troubles that they've had over the course of the first weekend and the second, the scrum was not one of them.
Absolutely not. And you can see Babalwa Lacha just chatting to her troops, that tight 5, saying we've got to just keep it here. This is where we want to kind of just break them physically. But we have to convert now. That's the first job. First job is to get it out. You can see initial shove coming in, and then just the drive. Hele, flankers, locks, all in, all bought into that. And that is the South African DNA.
Whoa, Lushal Anakom feeding Cindy Boy at the front of that line out under tremendous duress from the challenge of Valeria Federici. And now the rolling maul of South Africa retaining its shape. They struggled to do this in the first half. They might have some momentum here. Italy running out of numbers and collapsing under their own power. No penalty advantage there. Nyanda. No numbers out to the left for South Africa. They're going to have to keep it tight. Jacobs running away from her support somewhat. Boy there to clear. Italy with hands on, but called away from it. And eventually they do come away. Libby Janssen van Rensburg to power, trying for something impossible on the outside was Shanikas.
But this is positive play. Yes, it's not how we would have wanted to step back on the inside and recycle it. That's just showing positive play. The maul's starting to work now, even under pressure. Hanekom's finding her jumpers. So they're making the meters that they need to make. South Africa have to contest that line out time, make sure that they also put Italy under pressure. And this is the first time we've seen the ball go out wide, get to the wings, and then unfortunately just not staying in.
Very interesting line out there from Italy, almost throwing a 4-ball on a short line out, and they've managed to secure. Great tackle, looked like Hele charging up. And now Italy is still looking to play with ball in hand. They are full of confidence in the running game. Janssen van Rensburg could not affect the turnover. Still with the short offloads. Great one that from Ranuccini onto a prop Turani. Penalty to the Springbok woman, Ubisi.
Hard work. That's all defense is. It's about attitude. It's about deciding you want to get that ball back. You want to affect those turnovers. Now it's a big question. Do we go for the lineup? Do we take the points? Janssen van Rensburg says she backs herself from this area. She wants to go to posts. I would have said go for the line. You saw how effective the maul has been. But you also want to get on the scoreboard. You want to get that scoreboard ticking. Make it a 9-point game. For Varsity Cup, we would have said score a try from your own half.
Some innovative rules at varsity level in South Africa. But here at this level, test match level for the Springbok women. Libby Janssen van Rensburg looks to secure points. Looks to make a 12-point game, a 9-point game, and she does just that. The crowd very happy Springbok women back in the hunt.
Structured rugby from the South Africans. Hard in the defense, and Vino Obisi first there, getting over that ball and staying on her feet. We spoke about attitude, and that was the attitude that she came in with. Kneel on the pitch.
9 points between the teams as Rigoni gets us back underway. Her kickoff as far as Libby Jansen van Rensburg with a brilliant connection on that kick, driving it towards the 10-meter line of the Italians, who run it right back at the Springbok women. They're playing with fire now, Italy. Perhaps too much confidence as Ranuccini desperately secures ball on the ground. Away by Mastrangelo. Frangipani carries it. Mastrangelo sends it away again. Italy backing themselves with ball in hand. Italy in the second half as they did in the first. Locatelli into contact that time. Big hit from Cindy Boy on Madia, who's not getting the freedom to sling those passes out to the wide channels as she did in the first half. Here she is again. The talented number 10, hunted by Hele. Shot to the face perhaps. She goes down. Dinka, the impressive 21-year-old. Mastrangelo frees it up. Rigoni can't hold on. Scrum to the Springbok women.
That might be dangerous for the South Africans again, but they're putting their body on the line. We spoke about
foul play
effort.
by 8 green.
Look like it might be head on head.
Yeah.
TMO today, Leo Colgan of Ireland, looking at potential head-on-head contact from Cesar Hele.
Yeah.
Coming now.
Questionable head-on-head contact. Question is,
Can you
any
freeze
mitigation?
Point of contact, please.
This is not going to look good for Hele.
There are all the angles hourly.
Yeah. For me, I don't see a clear contact head to head. Do you have another angle? Yes.
Here's the angle now.
Yes.
Referee
Thank you.
Rosalo.
So it's a clear head-to-head contact. So it's a foul play by a green. For me, we have a speed. So it's a high degree of danger. I don't see a clear mitigation. Anyone disagree?
I think she steps back in. Can we get it at full speed again?
Stand by.
One last check for mitigation for referee Rosalo.
For me, it's not a clear changement or direction.
Might be change of direction.
Leo?
It's not a sudden
Pace.
and significant change in direction
Yes,
hourly.
yeah, I agree with that. So for me, it's a red card. Okay? Oof.
Already Rosalo makes her way over.
Captain?
And here comes trouble.
So it's a head contact. It's, yes, it's high degree of danger. I know mitigation, it's a red card. 8, number 8. It's on 40.
No words needed.
No, it's a foul play, so it's a penalty.
That type of player, you know, she knows she's better than that, so you can see how much it means as well. Unfortunately, with game of rugby, head on head, it's immediately, and there's no mitigation, it's immediately going to be a red. So huge loss for the South Africans. unfortunately just not really any change of direction, and she came in because she knew that she needed to make that tackle. She knew she had to wrap that ball up as well.
Huge chance for Italy now as they secure their line out. Ranuccini, the recipient, and they've lost control.
Side entry.
Lacha pinged for a side entry. Well, those images of Hele, obviously the head contact, dangerous play, right to get a red card, but what it shows most of all for me is the amount of passion within the Springbok women's setup and how much it means to everybody to be here.
And it means more because you're playing at home as well. You don't want to let the crowd down. You don't want to let the people that came out down either. She's just one of those players. She's incredibly passionate, very empathetic. She, you know, that's against her nature.
Backward.
Backwards tap from Federici. She just couldn't control at the top. Italy still on the front foot here. Away it goes to Turani in that 26 jersey, the number 1. Right on the precipice of putting this match in the bag, surely! Vecchini in for another try. Le Azzurre dominant.
Vecchini striking in the right area. The maul initially came apart, but then they just decided to keep it tight, quite like the South Africans did in the beginning. And Vecchini had only one eye, and it was for that white line in front of her. Went low immediately. She changed her body position as soon as she got ball in hand. And that is how much it means. You can just see that emotion between the players as well. Doing the right things right at the first time. First phase, always getting over the gain line, and Vecchini rounding it up.
And the lone traveling Italian fan lets his flag fly free once more. Capomaggi. Slides another one home, does the number 13, Capomaggi. Has been an able replacement for Silari in the goal-kicking stakes. Another 2 points on the board.
Yeah, time off.
Initially thought that they had the stop South Africans,
We wait.
but Vecchini got there. Got enough of the ball over the line. He's been struggling with that flag. The wind at Athlone Stadium not making it easy for him. It's a large flag, but the Italians know that there's someone here. And that woman, Snazum Kachua, what can she bring to the game? Asitandile Ntoyanto,
Thank you. Time is on.
also so incredible for this game.
Kickoff from Libby van Janssen van Rensburg as the Springbok women leaving the field go to console their red-carded teammate Aceza Hele. What a kick from Rigoni. What a kick. Libby Janssen van Rensburg looking to cover that angle. No such luck.
Now they're playing with confidence. Rigoni, the driver, we said in the side, pinning the South Africans back in their own half, have to play from their own half now.
3. No, 4.
Ubisi rising high at line-out time. Interesting entry there from Italy. Yes, pinged for entering from the side. Try scorer Vecchini. So the Springbok women haven't really been able to exploit the rolling maul on the back of their line-out, which surely you'd think they'd be wanting to win penalties off the back of, considering how dominant they are at scrum time. Against Scotland and now against Italy, they've failed to do so. And Leila, over the course of these first 2 matches, we've also seen that the Springbok women don't really get the ball that often, even to the number 12, Pilo Kuhle and Nyanda. So the backline not firing.
Backline not firing, but it's because the forwards so badly want to try and get their team over the gain line, so it doesn't really go past 8, 9, 10 channel. Always looking to play it back to the pot on the inside. That is the structure of the South Africans, trying to get an overlap on the outside, but a team like Italy is not going to allow it.
Hanekom hits the mark again. quality replacement she's been, and the rolling more has some good structure now, not a very long tail for the Springbok women. Calling in support now as Dumke tries to lend her weight to this effort. They got the use it call once, but now they're moving forward again. They need to break away to the left. They've got use it twice. Tosa's got to get in there. She's been instructed to, but breaking away powerfully. Yonela Klingol. Torse, slow ball under pressure, perfectly timed by the Italian defender coming around the corner. Torse, Ubisi, Janse van Rensburg away to Grain, a dangerous runner with ball in hand. Kawe's asked the question. Kawe's got Grain on the inside. That's what the local fans have wanted to see all afternoon, some enterprising play from the home team.
And that's the danger that the South Africans have on the outside. Tumakawe getting on the outside, had to just perhaps step back on the inside. Two cover defenders coming in there. Dinka making the all-important tackle. You would think that the South Africans have to contest now. They're 5 meters in front of their own line, put Italy under pressure.
A lot of criticism from pundits all around the world. The Springbok women, after they conceded 4 more tries last week, and didn't throw up any jumpers to contest at line-out time. What's the logic behind that, Lola, do you think?
Some teams just have that kind of structure. They want to rather defend the more immediately. And that's the structure that the South Africans play with. They want to try and keep numbers on feet.
No contest from the Springbok women. Dumke makes a contest of her own. In she is over the ball, can't keep her feet. Such an impactful player for the Springbok women. Lusanda Dumke didn't show up big in the first match against Scotland, and Madia's under pressure here, gets it away to Mutso. 3-try scorer in the WXV2 thus far, and the 14 women of the Springboks are putting tremendous pressure on Lea Ture. In over the ball, powerfully Klingolo. Toss it. Everybody bunched up next to the rack for the Springbok women. They're going to keep it tight here and crunch it up into the Italian defense. Toss is there again. Sends it away to Achulwa. The pick and go from Ntoyanto. 111 kilograms of power in the green and gold jersey. Away it goes again to Achulwa. Italy standing strong in defense, looking to attack it on the ground every time the ruck is set. Big strong run, knocking back the likes of Kavina. Now stopped in defense by Dinka. This 21-year-old wing can do it all. Tosa gets it away, making no meters. Ubisi goes again. They have to use their power players, and now they do find Ntoyanto. Quick ball for Tosa. Around the corner they come. Aggressive running needed from the Springbok women. Tosa is digging in to get it free. Libby Janse van Rensburg is asking the question on the angle. Brilliantly secured on the ground. Madia, illegal. Penalty advantage. Ubisi. The Springbok women go again. Tosa now away to Dumke. Grain on the outside. Oh, it's nothing short of brilliant. Pierre-Andre Dove.
Pierre-Andre Dove, her mom is in the crowd. She's been quiet the whole day. She's had to wait patiently on the wing, but when given an opportunity, she's used her twinkle feet and got it over. But it all came from a patient build-up by the South Africans, phase after phase. The defense, we said they didn't send someone up into the line-out. Lusanda Dumke had to make a tackle, and she did. Turnover came, and then it was just the soft hands. This is what you practice on the training field. Get the hands through, and Pierre-Andre Dove, the individualistic brilliance to get over the players. She's small, she's minute, but she has the heart of a lion, and she's not going to be stopped.
Win or lose, if South Africa finish within 7 points, they get a losing bonus point, which could prove pivotal come the final stakes of this competition, depending what happens tomorrow between Japan and Samoa, who also currently sit on the 0 points. This is Libby Janse van Rensburg with a challenging one. Oh, almost drifting home, but it bent away at the final moment. Great effort from Libby Janssen van Rensburg. It's an 11-point game.
We wait.
Soft hands, trusting the players on the outside. Even Shanique Hayes has moved around, swum around from her wing and taking the player to the outside and then stepping back inside behind Redolf, changing her angle of attack. You can see how much it means.
Yeah, and then at the line out of the other prop will throw.
Also looks
Okay,
like
just
Lushal Hanekom
sideline. Yeah,
is
yes.
down.
Just sideline.
So there's no line-up
Green
thrower.
asked me for uncontested
Mika
scrum.
Gunter also off with an injury. Lushal Hanekom is most likely going off with an injury. So we're going to go into potentially uncontested scrums and no one to throw a line out.
So they play on
And there
14.
she is. What an
They play
effort
on
from Michelle
14.
Hanekom. Also down getting treatment
Yeah,
briefly
so
was
they
Aura
play on
Muzzo once
14.
more for Italy.
On 13. 13.
One of Italy's try scorers, Ora.
Because they've both been injured.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so just checking the rules. South Africa might
Yeah,
have to
off.
play with 13
Yeah,
players.
thank you. Captain? So they don't have another front row, so it's uncontested scrum and they play on 13. Do you understand?
I understand, thank you.
Yeah.
Can I speak to my team?
Yeah, just, yes, the time is off and
Devastation for the Springbok women. They're down to 13 players as a result
Yeah,
of Mika
that's okay.
Gunter having been injured, not able to replace the front ranker. Had Mika Gunter gone off as a tactical sub, she would have been able to come back on.
ouais, on se lie et c'est tout. On se lie et puis voilà. Et du coup, elle,
Looks like Lushal Hanekom's
pas de
arm
souci,
just
elle
got
joue à
caught
13
in
du coup. Ils ont
contact
perdu
there.
une joueuse en plus. C'est ça.
That's
Chacun- chacun son
disappointing
ballon.
for the South Africans. I mean, they've been
Okay.
fighting an uphill battle with injuries at the moment.
Yeah.
Down by 2, have to play with uncontested scrums. Scrums is where they've been getting their penalties from. Won't work in their favor.
Oh.
Chips are stacked against the South Africans now. This is unfortunately
Oh,
one of those
okay.
things called character building.
Yeah.
This is
Next
what builds a
one.
team. You
Okay, good.
go into the dark places
Yeah,
with each
time
other
is
and
on.
for each other.
Rigoni gets us back underway. Libby Janssen van Rensburg under the ball, and the 13 women of the Springboks against the 15 of Lea Toure.
Backward. Backward.
Wow, they have it all to do. Jacobs gets a loose ball and does well to move forward. Tose off to a captain, Lacha. So hard to handle, the big number 3 of Harlequins. Tose away to Janssen van Rensburg. Jacobs using the hands to get it to the outside, and she finds Hess. Shanique Hess beats 1 or 2, places well. Great field position for the Springbok women. Jacobs, soft hands needed, but Madia puts herself in between the 2 Springbok players and snatches it back clean. And now Italy have the incentive. What a hit. Ubisi, she has made a massive difference since coming onto the field. Wonderful pass there to Emma Stevenin. Turnover ball for the Springbok women. The tenacity in the second 40 minutes has been tremendous, but Italy managed to keep it. And the Rigoni looking to place that kick. Oh, yeah!
It's not a 50-22.
Beatrice Rigoni with a wonderful
It's
kick. Not a 50-22.
Yeah.
Beatrice Rigoni there with the banana kick coming off the side of her boot. She spotted the space. Tumakawe hadn't made her way all the way over. Great field position
It's
now.
okay.
Looks like
You
Asitandile
play
and Toyanto who's going to be throwing in at line-out time because both hookers are off. Making no mistake, Asitandile and Toyanto.
With one player injured, being the inside center in Nyanda, that means the Springbok women are down to 12 players on the field right now, as Nyanda limps back into position after experiencing what looks like, or is hopefully, cramp. Concerted run from Ngolo. Which is the call. It needs to be perfect from the Springbok women every play now, with those 13 players on the field for the remainder of the match. So unfortunately, after that injury to Hanekom, with Gunter already having gone off and the red card for Hele, now Italy have the chance to counter-attack. Grain putting pressure on Madia, who's done very well to get it to Rigoni. Gets her pass away to Minuzzi. Minuzzi keeps it moving. Great play. Kapomagi sends it inside. Ow. Massive play for the home team. But what can they make from here? So much work for replacement Ingolo. Since coming onto the field, Torse is going to send it back to Janse van Rensburg, who doesn't want to play the game in this area. Sends a wobbly kick downfield. There to receive is Kapomagi. Gets it away to Madia, who's been hunted down and tackled by Hess. Italy moving backwards. Here's the captain, Rigoni. BC gives it a go on the ground. Nothing there for her. Offload under pressure from Mastrangelo. Sends it back to Madia, who clearly has a cross kick in mind, and just keeps it in field, Madia. Italy not really taking advantage of this numerical advantage.
Not really. They're hoping that putting boot to ball is going to give them space on the outside. They've got the pace of Minuzzi there, as well as Mutso. Aura Mutsa also has a try to her name, so they know they've got the pace on the outside. So they're just trying to pin the South Africans back, but really impressive stuff by the South Africans. They have to keep calm heads.
Well, no specialist person to throw the ball into the line out. You look to Asitandile and Toyanto. Wastes no time, hits the target, and the line out one for the Springbok women. And these 13 women continue grinding for the cause here on home turf. Jacobs. Brilliant player she is. The Leicester Tigers representative takes it to ground. Short ball to Dumke. The Italian defenders know they've got the numbers, so if they make their tackles, no gaps should appear. Janse van Rensburg slips into the pocket and sends it downfield again. Game management far better here in the second half with 13 players than any time in the first 40 for the Springbok women. And now having to scramble Minuzzi after that kick almost worked out for Janse van Rensburg. Over the top it goes from Madia. She showed such talent in that regard in the first half. Dinka on the outside beats 1 or 2. 7 specialists just as her opposite winger is Dinka. Fine pass away from Mastrangelo, and the offload in contact is from Ranuccini, and a beautiful offload from Madia to Vecchini, and that is the final nail in the coffin. Surely Vecchini goes trotting in under the sticks, extends the lead, and the Republic of South Africa watch Le Azzurre running away.
You see the South Africans were appealing for a forward pass, but this is just hitting gaps in the right time. And there is that forward pass the South Africans were calling for.
I'm going to show you a forward.
Doesn't take away from the brilliance though.
Yeah.
Just shows how brilliant they are.
I'm ready. So
That's the best angle hourly.
yeah, thank you, Leo. I think the ball leave forward, so it's a clear forward pass. It's no try and scrum for Green.
Agree.
Yeah, it's no try. It's forward.
Ranuccini has been brilliant all day for the Italians, and unfortunately that ball just going forward. Had that try stood though, would have gone down as one of the greatest tries for this WXV. Ranuccini just leaving their hands forward, but you can see how eager these Italians are to play the ball quickly, play it out of contact. They don't want to go into those contact areas.
Yes, so which player go out? It's okay.
First uncontested scrum we're going to see.
Are you okay with the player on the field? Yeah.
I think the South Africans would back themselves to
Yeah.
take a scrum even
Player off.
with 2 players off.
Dominate the uncontested
We
scrum.
wait. So you lose 1 player. Yes. Because it is in contest with. So I wait the number.
Okay.
It looks like Unati Mali is making her way back onto the, making her way onto the park, because the South Africans don't want uncontested scrums. You just heard Babalwa Lacha saying we've got a full front row. The tactics of rugby.
The question is if one of those players was listed as a front row replacement or just has the talent to play in front row.
Now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So just
So what do we need? What are we doing now?
Need to replace one of their players.
cuts, it's okay. Time is
So you saw time is off. That's the referee
we
Khozalo
wait
of France.
because it's necessary to have another player to go out.
That's
so
exactly
I
what
wait
has to
longer.
happen. They need to choose, but Babalwa Lacha needs to choose a player to leave the field for South Africa in order to be replaced. So they stay at 13. That player will effectively be the replacement for Lushel Hanakom, who came off injured, and Mika Gunther, starting hooker, came off injured as well.
Yes. Yes.
I think, and that's what the South Africans are arguing, is because they are only aware of Aseza Hele, that's all. So essentially they want to come back to 14 players. But I think we just take those uncontested scrums and let the game go.
On for Le Azzurre of Italy, Laura Gurioli in the number 16 jersey.
So no.
8 front.
No, it's you are 14.
We are 40. So what is the rule? What do we do now? Because we can't contest. So
Yeah,
what do we do?
now it's 13.
Yes.
So which player go? I don't know.
Babalwa Lacha needs to choose a
Please.
player to leave the field.
So you can play or not?
Yeah, players got to go.
The issue. Can I help you? How can I help?
Okay.
That is how nice Babalwa Lacha is.
So will we
She's like,
start?
I don't understand the rule, but how can I help you?
Cats, it's no clear. Shit.
Eastern
thing
Cape
is-
mentality, that.
They have to let a player go. One player needs to leave, and that should just be the message, as one player needs to go off.
Captain Babalwa Lacha needs to choose a player to come
So
off the field.
they
So it's
play on
14 against 15.
13.
They want them.
So now it's 14.
Just figure out that out
Which
exactly.
who is the player to
That's
go
what I'm
out?
asking them. The coach must make the number 3. Okay. If
Number 3. Okay.
There is the man that must make the call, Louis Kuhn, coach
Okay,
of the
Kat,
Springbok
it's
women.
you go off.
I go off.
Yes. You say that? Yeah.
So that is how Babalwa Lacha is going to help. She's going to go off.
Captain of a nation, Babalwa Lacha, can still
Okay,
scarcely believe it.
incontested 8 to 8 players, and just goodbye.
I think this was a part of the rule book that no one had read.
8.
No one got to that page.
Player. 8 player. 8. No contest. 8 player in the scrum.
So the reason we went from 22 to 23 players in a rugby squad is because you need a full front row replacement. Now the front row replacement for hooker has been taken off for South Africa. Both of the hookers are injured. Nobody has been specified as able to play in the hooking position in contested scrums. Therefore, it'll be uncontested scrums. South Africa had to lose one player from the field, taking them from 14 to 13, and they chose their captain, Babalwa Lacha.
Yeah, so on the team sheet it will show, you'll see LH, loose head, hooker, and sometimes you just got to put H, hooker, next to another player to be able to consider another hooker. But we play on.
Stay inside.
So uncontested scrums, Katha Jacobs positioning it for the breakaway. Jacobs well dealt with by Ranucci. So finally back underway in this match. Libby Janse van Rensburg under pressure. Oh, that's brilliantly done.
Yeah, that might have just been the breather everyone needed as well. Now we got to get back into the game. We got to refocus.
Yeah, your line, please.
That's Behandre Dolph's mom. So she wants to. She's related to Behandre Dolph. She was also trying to count, trying to see how many players on the field.
All trying to do the numbers. That's not straight.
Not straight.
See, and this is where the South Africans would have now wanted to dominate, would be at scrum time, because now they get a scrum, but now it's uncontested. Now we have to try get hands.
Please, here. So 8 player in the scrum. Okay, good.
There we go. There, she's still counting. She started counting initially.
Time is
Have
off.
to make sure how many
Substitution.
players on the field.
13? What? Against 15? But one red card.
How is there only 13?
That's just simple rugby, that.
Listen, I did pure maths in school, but even I don't understand the maths.
Kavina, she has been brilliant today. This is just her 3rd cap in Italian colors. This is how it went down.
Her elbow just getting pinned under Verushka Grain's knee.
One more in the scrum. One more in the scrum.
Is that what they call a rugby
8,
collision?
8.
Boy, big contact.
8 on the side.
So you just heard we have to go 8 on the scrum.
Crunch,
And
bind, set.
the number 12 and the number 13. All right, number 8 and
Yeah.
flank.
Centers can do it all.
Now, if you didn't know the laws of rugby, you're learning some here today. Kawe. She has been going all day long, Kawe. Torse. Sends it away to Kachulwa. Still so confident of gaining ground and crossing the gain line, going towards the try line here, the Springbok woman. Dumke fearlessly in. Torse. Ubisi. Janse van Rensburg, almost an overlap appearing on the outside somehow, with 13 players on the field, but they're moving forward more confidently than ever, the Springbok woman. Torse controls well. Taking a lot of responsibility on her own shoulders in the second half has Kawe, and it's to the benefit of the Springbok woman. Ubisi has been a force of nature off the bench. Torse. Toyanto occupying defenders. Quick ball needed for Torse. Janse van Rensburg slings one wide to Dumke. Dumke had to juggle it just a touch. If not, she might have been able to employ that explosive handoff which she has in a possession. Jacob sets another good rack. She's been working hard. Torse away to Klingolo. He's been great off the bench. Janse van Rensburg just about caught, does well to time her pass, get it away, keep the movement alive through Kachulwa. Wonderful offload under pressure from Ntoyanto. Unquestionably the best period of play from the Springbok women. And they're 13 against 15. Janse van Rensburg hanging one up with a cross kick. Waiting for it on the outside was Dolph. Dolph collects well. Retaining possession phase after phase. It's brilliant stuff from the green and gold. Here she is again off the bench. Klingolo, she's absolutely everywhere. The knock-on comes eventually. The consistency in possession crumbles away, and Italy can clear their lines through Rigoni, but they can barely clear the lines. Lucky bounce that going towards the touchline and away from Shani Kess. 11 points in this game, Layla. The losing bonus point could still prove crucial.
South Africans looking to play better rugby than they did in the first half with 2 players off the field. And that's now just tapping into the heart of the game, but great defense coming from the Italians, just seeing it out, going through their processes. And this lady stepped up today, Asitandile Ntoyanto. She's been asked to have, there was an enormous task in front of her.
Advantage one more.
Another quality line out from Ntoyanto and a free kick advantage for the Springbok women. Making a mistake with the numbers of the line out was Le Atsure. The Springbok women keep the ball in field. Dunke. Got a lot of leg drive just as a captain. Babalwa Lacha, and a penalty to South Africa. What a chance to move the ball downfield.
No release. You take the scrum? Yeah, we can. You take the scrum? Scrum?
Calling
Take the
for a
scrum.
scrum.
Shades of Damien Willemse against the French.
That's really just the nature of the South Africans. We said we're putting both our centers in, but we're making so much, meaning so much to the South Africans, always trying to get over that gain line, stressed on that bench. The NPS, that's the non-playing squad today. They have to watch. They can barely watch what's happening. Praise. The game goes on.
Uncontested scrums. South Africa break off the back and try to run a set play. Not a bad idea. Attracting in those Italian defenders to that uncontested scrum. Just couldn't exploit the gaps created. Ubisi. Constantly in the opposition's half. Is that ball in? Janse van Rensburg clears just in time. Jacobs fighting for the ball on the ground. Stevanin, the 21-year-old for Italy, who have seen absolutely no ball in the last few minutes, but they finally will get their chance after the knock-on from Yonela Klingolo.
She'll be so disappointed with that. She realized she was just too far away. Ball again dipping just before making her hand. Sometimes you got to just throw your body into it if you see the ball is dipping. Italy with all the numbers on the outside to exploit, and we saw how they exploit the South African attack with full numbers, so or the South African defense with full numbers. So you can just see, can imagine they're going to want to try and run around the South African defense, but South Africa's really just come out in the second half. Rigoni, she's been a crucial player for the Italian side, making meters, always on the front foot, always having options on her outside. She knows where the ball needs to go, in support at all times. Does so well, does Rigoni, to kind of master and manipulate what's happening on the field to her advantage.
So Leila, in this match we've had one of those classic scenarios where, I mean, the Springbok women never mind one player going off the field. They're down to 13, and since they went to 13 they've been forced into greater structure. They've been playing better rugby than they've played all match. On the other hand, Italy, once they had the numerical advantage, kind of lost that structure and just started throwing it around, expecting to cut the line.
It's expecting to cut the line. We also saw them put boot to ball more often than they did in the first half when they had full numbers. So we spoke about it. They were thinking, let's put boot to ball. Perhaps we can get our runners there in time and you know, take advantage of that overlap. But ball in hand is the best when you're playing 15v13. You've always got a two-man overlap.
Crouch, bind, set. Body's out.
Toss it.
Knock on green.
Knocks it on as she tried to attack the ball, spitting out of the back of an Italian scrum. And Lea Toure consolidates. Maria clears from the base, feeding Federici in a 49th cap for Lea Toure. She's going to crack 50 next week if she makes the squad. What a kick that is. We're chasing after it, but it's going to bounce end over end. Could go over the dead ball line.
So it is an error.
Just keeps happening in this match.
She can't even believe it. She thought that the ball was going to head to touchline.
First is knock on.
And this is brilliant, brilliant field advantage for the South Africans to try and attack from. Yes, they've got that uncontested scrum, but they had advantage.
First is knock on green.
For that knock on
It's
by
slightly advantage because first is knock on.
by
So
Unam
it's
Tose.
turn for
Ball
white.
was out. So they've come back for that advantage.
Crutch, bind, set.
Uncontested scrum to Italy, less than 8 minutes to play. 11 points between the team. A try for South Africa would mean that they would get a losing bonus point, which could prove pivotal come the final reckoning of this WXV2. Italy trying to move that ball wide quickly, as they were so effective in doing in the first half. But with less defenders to work against, it's proving harder to achieve. Maria under pressure. You see this rush defense of South Africa disrupting Maria's options.
Advantage.
Once again, they've come up with the goods. Played away by Nyanda. A real handful with ball in hand. Ntoyanto sets the ruck. Tose, center field, just beyond the 10-meter line of her opposition. Can the 13 women of the Springboks find a way to penetrate this stalwart defensive line of Italy, as they've been chipping away throughout the second 40 minutes. Shonique Hess with the carry. Torse away to Klingolo, so busy. Janse van Rensburg off to Utoyanto. Torse frantically to the base of the rack. They've got numbers to the left here if they can do it them well. Nyanda gets it away to Dinka! Dinka timed it to perfection! She saw the vision! She's chasing down the pigeons! Dinka's crossing the line! Italy in again! Welcome to the Heartbreak Hotel!
Alyssa Dinka, the sevens player out on the wing, timing that to perfection. South Africa was building, they were building. Janse van Rensburg giving off to Piwa Kuhle and Nyanda, who should have just held it in that contact. Thank you, Leo. Looking that 50-50 pass, and Dinka said, thank you very much, that's mine. Stealing it like a thief in the night. She was all over that South African attack like a rash. She knew that it was now or never. Backed herself.
21 years of age, 20 caps. Try for Dinka. And now it's Kapomaji with that enigmatic style that looks like a frustrated usher. Flat and true from Kapomaji yet again. Another 2 points on the board. Italy moved to 36 to the 18 points of South Africa.
Making their hits were the Italians, and then Alyssa Dinka putting her head down, strapping her ears back. Behandre Dolf did well to come in from her wing, try and cover that. But Dinka was not going to be stopped. She only saw green grass in front of her.
The next generation on your screens there. That's what this competition is really all about, growing the women's game all around the world. Janse van Rensburg and the 13 women of the Springboks send it long for Italy to receive. Just the tremendous effort and dedication of the women in green and gold on display since going down to 14 and then 13 has been exemplary. Taking a time at the base of that rack, Mastrangelo making a debut today. Madia has been absolutely brilliant under pressure. Great hands from Frangipani, and now Italy exploiting that gap on the outside. They've got the extra number. Beatrice grubbering one through as Rigoni, and unable to handle at the back. Kumakawe
did all of the work, did Rigoni. And today she is your MasterCard player of the match. She's been all over the place, defense, in attack. She's been in the right areas on the field, commanded the way that the Italians have played today. No one more deserving. The captain leading from the front, captain fantastic.
Captain for the first time there as well.
Showing why she gets that captain armband today.
Please, sorry. Time off.
Stepping into that captaincy after it was taken over by Sofia Stefan, not in the squad today, so Italy still have options available to them. And just to remind you, next weekend they'll be playing one further match, that against the USA Women's Eagles. That's going to be an absolute cracker. Great matchup between Italy and USA quality-wise. South Africa will be playing Samoa in what is a potential relegation battle. Rigoni with a patient pass, the three-woman overlap for Italy, and there's still space on the outside now for Minuzzi, who opened the scoring in this match with that tearaway try. Mastrangelo. Now Italy look to be back in their full flow. They're cutting the line wide open. Maria with the offload out the back of the hand. Backward is the call, and Leatura still on the front foot through another debutant, Erikello. Erikello down to ground, and here is Maris, another 21-year-old, part of the new youthful generation that Italy are bringing into their squad. Madia, Dinka. Wow. Libby Janse van Rensburg. She'll do well to avoid trouble there.
Yeah.
They're lucky to get away with that one. Coming all the way back for the penalty. think it came from Verushka Grain, who was trying to get up in defense. Just got a hand.
Scrum.
A tackle height not helpful from the Springbok women today. They've been penalized. Well, they've been punished heavily for it, let's be clear.
That's just, you're trying to defend with everything inside of you. All you want to do is try and get there. And you almost throw all technique out the window because all you want to do is stop the player with the ball. And that's just letting South Africa down. You know, they've conceded
Time is off.
8 penalties.
Yeah.
Just not as much as you would have thought. But nonetheless, 8 penalties is not the amount you want to be conceding.
Well, 2 of those penalties turned out to be cards, of course. Yellow card for Verushka Grain, red card. Big one for Aseza Hele, star of this team.
And that's, we said, was a big loss when we saw how much it meant to her to come off the park. And unfortunately, discipline is going to have to be something that this team is going to think about going back. So they have to go look at it this week. Aseza Hele might have to go for disciplinary action because of a red card.
And then Samoa coming up. Samoa known for their power game. We saw them in a warm-up match against the Springbok women in Hermanus. That match ended 17 points apiece.
South Africa has been battling with backline players, so they've got enough cover in their forwards. They've got Carter Jacobs can play 8, Lusanda Dumke can play 8. So they've got enough cover in that 8th position. And then Nompumelelo Mate as well can come into a flanking position. So they've got options if Aseza Hele does not come back to the team next week. But it's not been an easy half. It's not been an easy 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes.
Bind, set.
The good people of Athlone here in great spirit. Uncontested scrum, Italy come away with it. You looking to use that numerical advantage and create the naturally existing overlaps. But the scramble defense of the Springbok women just keeps coming up trumps. And if the first half had gone differently, the Springbok women could have been seeing different pictures here.
So sad that you have to be down 2 players before you start playing this kind of rugby, because this is impressive rugby by the South Africans. Scramble D coming in. Beatrice Kapumaji, she's also been really clinical. The 2 Beatrices in the middle, they're really driving the team forward. So unlucky to lose that ball there.
As Giovanni Ranieri, coach of Italy, will be wondering how it's all become so disjointed ever since they've had the 2-woman advantage. Rain breaking off the base. Torse. The dummy and goes straight through the middle from Tachulwa. So easy for the Italian defense to wrap around and number up against the attacking South African players with that 2-woman advantage. Janse van Rensburg plays it short. Janse van Rensburg stepping in at halfback. Wonderful timing on that ruck from South Africa. Quick ball and again toss it to Janse van Rensburg. No chaser for that. Getting after it now is Dolph. Dolph late in arriving. Kapomaji secures on the ground. Libby Janse van Rensburg comes up with the goods, and they've got an overlap all of a sudden. South Africa, they've got to clear and clear quickly. Ubisi into the contact. Torse waiting for clean ball, which is not quick in coming. And the Italians are numbered up on either side now. Play to the right. Good strong run. Italy in over the ball. Did she keep her feet? Guy with the turnover, had the time to turn around and ask the ref if it was all legal. Keeping herself in field, Vinuzzi with a hooter having sounded. Victory is secure for Italy. And they're looking for yet another try. Mastrangelo, the debutante, down to ground. She's been busy since coming on. Away it goes from Curioli. Beatrice Rigoni in the midfield. Crucial tackle on her as there was a number to the outside, which would have been a sure try had she not gotten that. Madia sends it wide with the cross kick, but Kawa is there to cover. Kawa. Serious tackle fight from Uma Kawa, who's been giving her all from the first minute to the last. And we're a minute past the hooter here at Athlone Sports Stadium. The Springbok woman looking to end with some pride. A good strong run from Ntoyanto. hits the deck, and Torse feeds Janssen van Rensburg, who has been willing and able at every corner. Here's Grain looking for the pass on the outside. Beatrice Regoni makes her hit, diving in on the ball, Stephanie. This is the match that never ends, and Libby Janssen van Rensburg keeps it going for the Springbok woman, Unam Torse. She's just a scrum half, but she packs some power in those shoulders. The turnover attempt coming from Mastrangelo. Another hard run from Ingolo. Grain now sprinting a long pass from the base. Just not backing herself into Yanto, the front ranker, to make that long ball to get around those Italian defenders. Ubisi passes out the back of the hand. It's all gotten scrappy, but it somehow finds its way to Hess. Hess!
Knock on the free.
What a tremendous effort from every single player involved. They've left it all out there on the Athlone Sports Stadium field, but in the end, it is Leia Toure victorious. Leila, we saw a tough one for the Springbok women today.
Tough one indeed, but they'll be proud of the way that they ended this match. If only they had started it this way. Shanique Hess, unfortunately, just losing that ball in the last moment. You almost thought there was a Hail Mary that they were going to get to the end there. Italy have been brilliant. They used their runners, they used the physicality, they used their offloads in the times when needed, and were able to round off and convert when they needed to. It was a whole all-round game for the Italians, and South Africa had to scramble majority of this game. They tried to play the game Italy wanted them to, and unfortunately are not on the right side of the scorecard today.